whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Alright. Story of the one time that I went to a Chinese food place that was out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains while we were on our way to Lake Tahoe. This place had, assumably, the husband, who was the cook. There was the wife, who was one of the servers, but from what I appeared to be the mother-in-law as another server, and then they had two kids who were basically just sitting around at a table. So we're going in and we sit down and we get served. They ask us for our order and whatnot. And once they start serving us, they set down all the bowls and plates and whatnot. The younger woman does. And then the older woman comes over and she rearranges everything. Like, oh, this isn't done right, switches everything around, leaves. A younger woman comes back, rearranges them, and then eventually they both meet up at the same time, checking our tables. Mind you, we're the only people there. So they really have nothing else to do. They don't have like a TV over there or something. No, they're basically just sitting there waiting for people. So they're there frequently. And then they start rearranging all the bowls and stuff and arguing about it while we're just sitting there, and I'm just like drinking my root beer. One group, like these two people came in while all this is going on, had their order taken, they said to go. After they had their order taken, and they grab their food and they go, we see them go back into their car and just eat inside the car. Assumably, they've had this experience. We had no idea what we were in for, because this is just the beginning of my tale. And we go ahead and we have some food. Now, one of the more hilarious instances is when they had a glass and then they set down the soda can next to it after they poured our sodas for us. And after my sister has drunk her glass about halfway, one of them, while they're walking around making their round at our table, they go and pour some of her soda in there for her.
What the hell?
Yeah. So the best part was, the next time that one of them had come around, they had picked up the soda can, which, gauging it by how much they've already poured in there, really has nothing in it. So she pours, it's like 4 or 5 drops, and she shakes it to get every last drop out. And then sets the can back down and walks away. So of course, while I'm drinking my root beer out of my glass with the ice, every time I grab the can, pour a little bit more back in, set it down. Of course, while all this is going on, I was like having to struggle really hard not to laugh at that last part. And so my mom's like, oh, what's so funny? And I'm like, oh, I'm just remembering something on the TV. I'll tell you later. On the car ride, once we were done, my mom asked me, okay, so what was the joke back at a Chinese restaurant? I'm like, really? You didn't find this funny at all? I have a limit to where I can keep it all in. But at the very end, my sister needed to use the restroom. One of the little kids led her into the restroom. And she went in with her, which made us question if she can. Like, if she's showing her the bathroom, whatever. If she opens the door, a little bit peculiar for a little kid to do, but whatever. No, she goes in with her.
Boy or
and
girl?
basically the same gender. They have one little boy and one little girl, so it's like they have a setup here.
Yeah.
But she's basically like the bathroom attendant after that. It was really odd.
Huh.
Yeah, then of course we see that, like, as we're almost finished eating, another group comes in, and we're like, okay, thank goodness, we have someone else to take all this up for us. That was a Chinese food experience, believe me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And the moral of the story?
I have more stories. I mean,
No, but
that's the reason why everybody calls me Pop.
Oh.
I have something for everything.
Well, you can expect that in a Chinese restaurant. Anything can happen.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay.
If it's American, then wow.
Yeah, no, there was actually one Chinese restaurant I went to that just blew me away. Although, oddly enough, we went out to Chinese food twice in this separate day. We went there for lunch, and there was this Chinese food restaurant. It was basically like a takeout place, whatever. And so, of course, we have some Chinese food. 15 minutes later, as we're going to the movie theater, it's like, oh man, all of us just hit at once. We have to go to the bathroom like now.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was okay food. It's just it ran through us all fast. Like we were all on the same bowel movement calendar. Like we have to go now. And of course, the movie's about to start, so we're like, we gotta go. Then that night, we're like, hey, Chinese food. It's like, okay, fine, guys, I'll go along with this if you're paying. They're like, okay. They had a doorman there in a tuxedo that would open the door for you. We go in, we do not see a single regular, like every single person eating there is Asian.
Oh,
Like no joke, except for like one black family. We're like the only white people that entered there.
it's kind of stereotypical.
Yeah, that's like hollowed ground. We're like, we see all this group of people, and we're just like, this is peculiar because the place is pretty full too. And portions were huge. It was a good place. I mean, it was a little bit expensive, but I mean, it was, when you get a whole roast duck, when you order roast duck, all nice and cut up for you into nice little bite-sized nuggets, no cutting or anything required of you, all doused in a nice even coating of sauce. Oh man, you have not had duck until you had that. And mind you, I never had duck before, so it was quite the experience. But yeah, that's about all I have on Chinese food expertise.
Oh, on the side topic,
Yeah.
don't drink energy drinks, otherwise you'll crash like her.
Yeah. Well, especially don't drink the toxic kind that they like hand out for free. Sometimes it's advertising. Sometimes it's just because the factory
Yeah.
screwed up and they need to get it away.
Yeah.
Just unload it on all of us. And, yeah. I don't know. Were they implementing that last time? Maybe that's why SACCOM was smaller this time around.
Yeah.
Everyone's dying off from free drinks.
That and Fatima.
Yeah, and they also note that it's actually called venom.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Irony. But,
And mind you, Black Mamba